The Excise Tariff Amendment Bill 2012, one of the bills, intends to slap an additional tax on airtime by mobile users, public pay phones and landlines. This measure, however, was not part of the tax measures government introduced in the budget speech to be implemented this financial year. If passed by Parliament, it would mean that the consumer would have to pay more on airtime.
As amended, it would only mean that a consumer would have to incur the tax on airtime that is at 100% value, meaning if I purchased airtime at 10,000, I would be essentially paying 10,000 shillings tax, and that would mean that the service provider would have to probably double their rates per minute so that they can sell more airtime while incurring the tax at the same time. The service provider will not incur tax. It's either consumer who is going to incur tax for that airtime that is being provided by the service provider.
Ugandans are already complaining that they are heavily taxed by government. Now the introduction of more taxes on airtime, taxes on income earned on individuals, may pose more problems.
The amount of money is going to double, and really most of these companies are owned up by the foreigners. Most of the profit is going to be repatriated. So at the end of the day, Ugandans are not benefiting out of this.
The bill, however, does not propose a specific percentage, leaving it instead to Parliament to suggest. The Finance Minister has also tabled a statutory instrument indicating that the taxes were effective from 1st July this financial year. Other taxes are on locally produced spirits like Waragi with 60%, and denatured heavy toxic spirits with 80%, cosmetics and perfumes with 10%. The bill, entitled the Income Tax Amendment Bill 2012, has also introduced new withholding tax rates on Treasury bonds and bills. The taxes will be charged on interest earned by commercial banks, insurance companies, and individuals buying Treasury bills and bonds from the central bank. The interest earned on Treasury bills and bonds of not exceeding 2.8 million shillings will not be taxed. Interest earned between 4 million shillings and 4.9 million shillings would attract a tax of 120,000 shillings plus 20%, while non-residents will pay 400,000 plus 20%. Interest earned above 4.9 million shillings will face a tax of 300,000 shillings plus 30%, while non-residents will pay tax of 520,000 shillings plus 30%. Interest earned by individuals with income exceeding 120 million shillings will be charged 10% tax. Meanwhile, the Value-Added Tax Amendment Bill 2012 also proposes 18% VAT on mobile toilets, piped water, sports betting, lotteries and games. Jingo Francis, NTV, Parliament.